Perk, some strong words there from Danny Green. He's referring to Seth Curry and Andre Drummond, who are part of that trade with Ben Simmons going to Brooklyn. What impact could these strained relationships have on the dynamic and the chemistry here with the Nets when they all play together?
Well, I mean, first thing first is that we all question the Nets culture, all right? And it's going to come down to who's going to be the leader of this team, right? Ben Simmons need guidance. Kyrie need guidance. You know, it's a lot of players on there. Andre Drummond, he needs guidance. It's going to come down to the leadership of Kevin Durant, and not just on the court, but his voice in the locker room. Steve Nash is going to have to pick a bigger role and start embracing and having some type of chemistry and elevate his game of coaching. But, you know, here's the chemistry issues, right? It's none. It's a new team. It's a new situation. It's just about them fitting in. And I just want to see how Ben Simmons is going to look. Remember, the last time we seen Ben Simmons was last postseason, and that wasn't a pretty sight to see. And he hasn't played basketball all season. That's going to be the only concern for us chemistry-wise that I'm going to be wanting to see for us Ben Simmons being acclimated with the Brooklyn Nets.
And no one will question his defense or his passing ability. As if he takes a shot in the fourth quarter, what will happen? Brooklyn, by the way, did get some promising news earlier today. How about this? New York City Mayor Eric Adams sharing a plan to phase out the city's vaccine mandate in the coming weeks. That would impact the availability for Kyrie Irving, who has not been able to play in any home games this season. Here's Nets head coach Steve Nash earlier today when asked about Kyrie, new on SportsCenter.
No, it's great. Obviously, it'd be great for us to have Kyrie available for all our games. Having said that, you know, it's not really in our control, so we leave it up to the mayor and wait patiently. He's working towards being able to play in every game. So if the mandate is lifted, the expectation would be that he can play in all our games. I think that's what he's been waiting for and what he's excited about. And if the opportunity arises, you know, the plan and the goal is for him to play every night.
Perk back with us. All right, let's say the mandate gets pulled here down the road and KD comes back and he's healthy. Ben Simmons comes back and he's full strength in the coming weeks. We talked about chemistry issues in the last question. What's the ceiling in this question right now for the potential of how good this team could be?
Well, the ceiling, they don't have one. I mean, they should be considered one of the favorites if everybody is healthy, everybody's playing great basketball, of winning the NBA championship. But I will tell you this, it's not going to be easy, and they're not my pick to coming out of the Eastern Conference. I'm rolling with Philly, but you still have teams like the Miami Heat, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Boston Celtics are finally playing a great brand of basketball. But at the end of the day, the Brooklyn Nets still have Kevin Durant, which I get that, one of the best scorers to ever play the game of basketball. But right now, I'm rolling with Philly as my favorite because I believe that Joel Embiid is the best player in basketball. But with that being said, I have to see it. I have to see it, and I have to see it from Steve Nash. I have to see it from Kyrie. I have to see it from KD. And I'm talking about leadership and cohesiveness because we all thought that the James Harden deal, and we heard the scary hours and things of that nature, but those scary hours became weary hours, and we saw how that panned out.
I just can't wait. Like, there's so much unknown in the East, and when the Bucks are just sitting there watching everybody and say, hey, don't forget about us, especially Giannis. But I cannot wait about the possibilities with the Nets and the Sixers in the coming weeks. Perk, appreciate you.
Hey, I like the background and everything, too, by the way.
Looking good. Your name's up there. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love
it. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.